Thank you for calling Health Reach, your health plan's 24-hour nurse advice line and audio health library.
Thank you for calling Health Reach, your health plan for our nurse advice line. Aaron, are you calling to speak with a registered nurse?
Yes.
May I please have your first and last name?
Landen, L-A-N-D-E-N.
Are you currently with your son?
Yes.
May I have your son's age?
5. Where does it hurt? Can you show me? Right there. On the inside or the outside?
I think it's on the outside.
The outside? Out here? It's okay. You can hear him. Yeah, that's it. Well, I could just call his insurance. It's nurse hotline, right?
This is Bridget, a registered nurse. I need to confirm that you called into the nurse advice line.
Yes.
Thank you for calling.
Mm-hmm.
Please be aware that any information or recommendation given during this call is not intended to diagnose or replace the advice of a doctor.
Right.
May I start by asking Landon's date of birth?
3/3/2014.
Perfect. And is he with you right now?
Yeah.
All right. How may I help you?
So he woke up from his sleep and came into my room, and he had this like really weird sounding cough, like a cough that I haven't heard before. And then he was complaining that he said his neck hurts. I don't know if he means his throat. I asked him to point to it, and he pointed like towards like the middle of his throat, but then he's saying it's the outside, so I don't really know what's going on there. He doesn't seem to have a fever at this point though, but he was like, as he was falling back asleep, you could just hear that sound. Very
Did it sound like a barky cough? Like
yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Has he ever had croup before?
No.
And did he have any symptoms before he went to bed, or was he fine when he went to bed?
No, he was fine when he went to bed.
Has he had any hospitalizations or surgeries in the last 30 days?
No.
So the cough you're describing sounds like croup.
Okay.
We're going to go through some questions that you'll be able to answer with yes or no. If
Okay.
he coughs while we're on the phone, I would like for you to put it close
Okay.
to him so that I can
Yeah,
hear it.
definitely.
Right now, does he seem to be having severe difficulty breathing, or he's struggling for each breath?
No.
Does he look like he's about to stop breathing, or are his lips or face bluish or gray in color? Is he having great difficulty swallowing to the point that he's drooling or having to spit out his saliva?
No, he's not spitting out anything. I asked him to open his mouth so I could see in there to see if it was like inflamed or anything. And he had a lot of saliva in there, but again, he was sleeping, so I don't know. Like, he did say that it hurt to swallow.
Okay, can you place the receiver close to his mouth so I can breathe?
Landon. He's falling in that.
Landon, could you take this is Bridget, the nurse. Could you take a deep breath for me so I can hear you breathe?
Where does your throat hurt out, Lee?
Right here.
Huh?
Right here.
And our best recommendation is going to be for you to have him evaluated by his provider within 24 hours.
Okay.
So what I would do is call the office first thing in the morning.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'll go over a few things that you can try just to alleviate the symptoms.
So I have a 2-year-old at the house too. That's something I should be concerned about, right?
And there's really no way in stopping the spread of it because I need kids and he
Right.
coughs and they don't cover their mouth, they wipe their nose. Be as careful as you can and then know the treatment for it if your other child uses it.
Right, okay.
And if for some reason his doctor can't see him today within 24 hours, then I would take him into an urgent care location.
Right.
He does need to be evaluated.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Jessica. Have a good night.
You too. It's almost like he can't breathe in. He's just like coughing it out.
Yeah.
He's like, oh. He's sleeping in the arms tonight. What's up, fam? It's the next morning. Mr. Landen and I are going to the doctor's. So basically what happened last night, you guys saw what happened last night, and the nurse on call said to just call his pediatrician in the morning and see if he could get an appointment today. We were able to get an appointment with his pediatrician. Thank goodness for that nurse, because I definitely would have rushed him into the ER hearing how he was sounding. He seems to be pretty much better so far today. He hasn't coughed again. So it's just kind of weird. So I'm happy that we're just going in and we're gonna see. I have the videos to show the doctor so that way he can see. I wish I actually got the coughing on camera, but it's a good thing that it didn't like super keep up. So we'll see how tonight goes, because I was reading more about croup, if that is what it is, and it was saying how a lot of the times it gets worse at night, and so maybe that's why he was having those coughing spells. But regardless, we're here, we're at the doctor, we're gonna get real doctor's opinion on it. There's no reason to be scared. Doctors are here to help you. I have an appointment for Landen.
This number over here, 45 and 8 ounces. Good job.
Heels down. There you go. Do you know what the spine is? No, remember? Do you know what that's called? Doctor confirmed it is in fact croup. He said he is okay to go to school with it. He gave him some medicine.
Mom,
yeah.
when I went to school, I didn't cough.
That's so good, baby. Just at night, huh? So doctor gave him some medicine. He said some steroid stuff, and that it usually kicks in within 8 hours. So we can start, if we start giving him that today, then he's just fine to go to school tomorrow. So that is good, but it is, I showed him the video and everything, and he said, it's croup. I always thought croup was something like really, really bad, but turns out it just sounds really, really bad. You hear people talking about it all the time, but he said it's just a cold. Not much you can do about it, really. Just gotta kind of let it fight its way off. There's a 99.999% chance that he got it from school, since, you know, they just started school. Kids always get sick when they go back to school. Wait, whoa, 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 where are you sitting? Sit in your seat, you're not sitting there. So we're gonna head back home, and then he should be good to go back tomorrow. It is scary hearing that sound though. Hearing a sound coming out of your kid's mouth that's just like something that you haven't heard before is like, oh, I was freaked out. I was this close to taking him into the ER. Like I literally, if I hadn't, I called Janelle first. She's my best friend, she's a nurse if you don't know that. And so I called her, and she was like, yeah, call. She's the one who gave me the idea to call the on-call nurse. It sounded so bad though. I'm like, I'm just happy it wasn't anything bad. Chris's grandma sent us an anniversary card. She is the sweetest person on this planet, I'll tell you what. For one, it's Disney, A++ in my book. That's a fancy Disney card.
Happy 4th anniversary, Chris and Jessica. I love watching your
wedding videos over and over again. Love to you both always, Graham and Grandpa. P.S. Sorry I'm late with this card. I bought it last September and forgot where I had put it. I just love her. She's so sweet. Sorry for the awkward ending, you guys. I ended up not filming the rest of this day. I know I said this before, but my videos are not like the next day. They're not filmed yesterday, posted the next day. They're kind of a few days behind, and it's probably gonna stay like that. I'm not a daily vlogger, I just vlog as things happen. And lately there's been a lot happening, so there's been a lot of vlogging. I didn't end up filming the rest of the day. We were both kind of in a funk that day. I don't know if adults can get croup as well. From what I was reading, it seems like kids mostly get it, but I don't know if adults can get another form of it. But my throat definitely hurt, unless it was my head, when you know something's wrong with other people and then you start feeling it for yourself. So I don't know if that was the case, but I definitely felt off for a couple days after that, so I never ended up finishing the video. But I'm wanting to know if you have ever experienced croup, or your kids have ever experienced croup, because it was scary. It sounded like he was barking like a seal. It was the weirdest sound that I've heard from a child, and it was scary. Honestly, I was this close to rushing him to the ER. Like that sound that was coming out of his mouth, it almost sounded like he was having a hard time breathing, but he wasn't having a hard time breathing. So I don't know, but it was scary, and I'm crossing my fingers that the other kids around here don't get it. That night he coughed a little bit more, but then the next day it seemed to have been gone. So I'm thankful that it wasn't anything serious, but it still scared the crap out of me. So go comment on my last Instagram post. Let me know if you've ever had an experience like that. What is the scariest thing that's ever happened to you that ended up being completely fine, like with your kids? This probably wasn't the scariest for me, but it was up there. The sound that he was making, I know it sounds dramatic because all was okay, but it was a scary sound. So I hope you guys learned something from today's video. If you didn't know anything about croup, sounds a lot worse than it is apparently. But that is it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Good night.